So, you want to replace a catalytic converter on a Nissan Rogue? I can't blame you. Those things clog up like coffee filters left overnight, and when they go bad, your Rogue gets all sluggish and the check engine light turns on like it's prepping for a rave. Let's talk pain points first because, wow, they are real. If you live in a state with strict emissions like Oregon, failing to fix this could keep you off the road entirely. And the cost. Dealership prices are north of $1,600, which is statistically 40% more than many independent shops. Before you start, safety is everything. You'll want sturdy jack stands. Please don't trust the scissor jack in your trunk for anything besides tire changes. This one's underrated, but safety goggles are a must. Even if you're not using power tools, rust and debris are basically waiting for their moment. Step 1. Disconnect the battery. It feels like an unnecessary step, but an electrical short isn't something you want. I once skipped this on an old Honda and fried a $200 module. Don't make my mistake, just pull the negative terminal. Locate the catalytic converter. On the Nissan Rogue, it's bolted to the exhaust manifold. Pretty much smack in the middle under the car. If yours is AWD, you might need to move a protective heat shield or wriggle past the drive shaft. Bonus points if you don't get rust flakes in your nose. Spray all the bolts and flanges with penetrating oil, WD-40, liquid wrench, whatever you have. Trust me, these bolts turn into fossilized artifacts. Let it soak for at least 15 minutes. If you skip this, you risk rounding off bolts, or worse, snapping them off entirely. Next, unplug the oxygen sensors. They're like the snitches of your emissions system, and you want them out of the way before wrenching on the converter. Some models require a 22mm O2 sensor socket. It's a tiny cost, but it can save you 45 minutes of frustration. Remove the bolts connecting the converter to the exhaust system. Here's where I see people get stuck. Torque. These are torqued to about 30 to 40 foot-pounds from the factory, but after years of heat cycles, it feels closer to 400. A breaker bar is your best friend here. Once the bolts are out, gently remove the catalytic converter. Don't just yank. You risk damaging the exhaust manifold or gasket surfaces. If it feels fused, double-check for missed bolts, been there, then use a rubber mallet and gentle persuasion. Clean the gasket surfaces with a wire brush. Skipping this step just means extra leaks or exhaust noise later. I once had to redo a job because I left a chunk of old gasket on. Nothing says wasted Saturday like listening to your car hiss for weeks. Install the new converter in the reverse order. Align it carefully, start all bolts by hand, and torque them to spec. If your kit came with new gaskets or hardware, absolutely use them. Reusing old gaskets is the car equivalent of reheating fries. Never as good as fresh. Reconnect the O2 sensors, double-check all connections, and plug the battery back in. Fire up the engine. If you did everything right, the check engine light should disappear like it was never there. Monitor for leaks. If you hear any air puffing, address it now. Pro tip, keep that old converter. Even non-working, they contain precious metals and can fetch $100, $300 from recyclers. That's like getting an unexpected rebate on your repair. And there you go, one catalytic converter, swapped and good as new.